Case study: Michael Dwayne Vick, age 27, aka Ookie, quarterback of the Atlanta Falcons, is operating a pit bull dog fighting kennel on his property in Smithfield, Virginia. Vick and his co-defendants, Quantas Lavelle Phillips, 28, also known as Q, and Tony Taylor, age 34, also known as T, of Hampton, Virginia, starts a dog fighting operation. Vick, who grew in the impoverished housing projects in Newport News, along with Pernell Augusta Peace, 35, also known as P-Funk, under the direction of Tony Taylor, purchased 15 acres of land in Smithfield, Virginia for $34,000 in June of 2001 at the address of 1915 Moonlight Road. They immediately put up a sophisticated fence so neighbors could not observe their activities. They built 5 kennels, one of which contained a dog-fighting ring with an upstairs viewing area for spectators. He then began buying pit bull dogs and puppies for training to be fighters on the illicit dog-fighting circuit, and later began hosting dog fights. The story broke when Vick's cousin, Devontae Body, 26, was arrested for narcotics in Hampton, Virginia. A police dog hit on the odor of Body and his car. Police patted him down and arrested him for 79 grams of marijuana. Body gave 1915 Moonlight Road of Smithfield, Virginia, in the county of Surrey as his address. The arrest led to a search warrant of Vick's property on April 25th of 2007. Police conducted a search of the home and land in southeastern Surrey County. They discovered evidence of a dogfighting operation, which included blood spatter in the kennel with the arena, dog treadmill, scales, a pry bar used to open the dogs' mouths, and an apparatus used for breeding called a rape rack. Syringes all over the property, performance-enhancing medicines, car axles embedded in the ground to change the dogs on so they would not get tangled. ESPN reported quickly about the story that was unfolding around Vick, but when details began to emerge and Vick protested his innocence, saying it was all the fault of his family, he really never lived at the home or frequented it, and he felt his family had burned him by making poor choices and running the dogfights without his knowledge. Eventually, however, the truth surfaced when his cohorts and colleagues turned on him and started working with prosecutors on such was Oscar Allen, 67-year-old, also known as Virginia O. of Williamsburg, Virginia. He sold Vick his star dog Jane. She fought and won for Vick at his house, of which was put in for evidence. They found logs that contained the names of dogs fighting or being bred, and the kennels that belonged to the weight and the sex and the number of fights the dogs had won. The brutal story gets worse for Vick. When the search party returns to the property and finds 10 dogs in shallow graves, killed by Pernell Peace, Tony Taylor, Michael Vick, and Quantas Phillips, by methods of hanging, 22 bullets to the head, slamming the dog on the ground, drowning, and electrocution, all logged in the records and confirmed later by Vick that this did happen. They starved the animals to make them hungry to attack in the ring, and normally fought to the death. Vick lied so many times that when it came time for his plea deal to be decided by the judge as to the sentence he approved, because he felt Vick had trouble understanding he had committed these horrible illegal acts. The social media in 2007 was not real popular as it is today, but still their comments on most of the popular news stories and blogs created to show the disgust of the people that read the news. A social media blog on the South Shore Forum was posted on July 17th of 2007.
In prison for his part in a dogfighting ring and fined $5,000.
Coach Bobby Petrino, my Atlanta Falcon teammates, totally responsible, and those things just didn't have to happen.
Vick apologized to everyone, it seemed, his victims.
The media leaked the information and left people in shock and dismay. Some felt Vick was being set up, and others doubted his cousin, Devon Body, being a snitch. But on August 28, 2007, there was so much conflict around the event that Pew Research printed a summary of findings on people that were influenced from the media. It was based on race, as some felt it was an issue. But most felt it was fair in the white neighborhood, while in the black neighborhood it clearly was not fair the way the media was disgracing their poor Michael Vick. And was the coverage too much? The white neighborhood felt it was just the right amount of coverage, while the black neighborhood felt it was too much. So clearly the media drew attention in this case, but the facts were overwhelming against Vick and his co-defendants, and all of them except Oscar Allen were sent to prison. Michael Vick is left with no money as he filed bankruptcy.